Our plan is comprehensive. It would provide relief for low-income residents, for renters, for seniors, for working families, and more. It would also make changes to make us more competitive, particularly when it comes to our estate tax, where Massachusetts has the least competitive estate tax in the country. Specifically, our bill makes the following changes to provide relief for older adults. It would double the maximum senior circuit breaker tax credit, which is available to low-income senior homeowners and renters. The credit's adjusted annually for inflation, and in 2021, it would have raised the credit to $2,340, and it would provide about $60 million in tax relief to about 100,000 seniors. Our proposal would also increase the deduction cap, the rental deduction cap, from $3,000 to $5,000. The deduction is 50% of rent, currently capped at $3,000. This adjustment would provide about $77 million in tax relief to 881,000 renters, many of whom are seniors. The bill would also double the dependent care credit and double the household dependent care credit. This would benefit more than 700,000 families and unpaid caregivers with about $167 million in tax credits. And our plan would also increase the state income tax thresholds for no tax status to $12,000 for single filers, $24,800 for joint filers, and $18,650 for heads of households, which will eliminate the income tax for more than 234,000 low-income filers. This income adjustment would be felt most across our hardest hit cities and towns. Of that $44 million in savings, nearly $12 million would be in the 20 hardest hit so-called equity communities here in Massachusetts. These are the 20 cities that DPH has identified as having been hardest hit by COVID, given the disproportionate racial impact of the virus. And I have to say, it's always troubled me that Massachusetts, which is a progressive state and believes in doing the right thing for many of our lowest income workers, has a lower no tax threshold than the federal government does for dealing with these issues. This legislation would also make two changes that makes Massachusetts more competitive. It would double the estate tax threshold and eliminate the current cliff effect that taxes the full amount below the threshold. A very small number of states actually have an estate tax in the first place. No state has an estate tax that's as aggressive as the estate tax in Massachusetts, which is why so many Democrats in our legislature, as well as Republicans, support doing something about it. And it would also change the short-term capital gains tax to the personal income tax rate of 5%, which would align the Commonwealth with the vast majority of other states.